YouTube family, it's your girl, Lady Emily Ward Brinson. Oh my goodness. I know, like, wait a minute, time out. Before we get this party started, you're going to stop judging me. Because some of y'all are like, where you been for the last year? Yeah, I came on like a year ago, right? And I was so excited about starting my little page. No, I really wasn't. Okay, no, that's not really the truth. Okay, let's see how to do this. I was really adamant about starting my page. And I was sincere about starting my page. But I was terrified, y'all. And so what happened was I did like one video and that was it. So if you go to this page, you're going to see like 3 videos, right? And then you're going to see like a whole year that went by before you saw this one. Well, that's because the other day I decided to conquer my fears. And although I will be bringing to you a series of training videos and all that good stuff and, you know, talking to you about different things, my first video is going to be about fear because that's what I've been dealing with when it comes to my YouTubes. And maybe YouTube is not your thing, like, that you fear. Maybe like you are like the guru at YouTube, but maybe it's like, I don't know, going live or showing up at your job or, you know, taking that new class, that new course, or maybe you just feel like a failure when it comes to parenting. I don't know what it is, but I know that we all have fears and we all have these areas in life that we allow them to beat us up and beat us down. And then we kind of go into a shell where we don't move and maneuver and operate the way that we should. You know, we get a little stagnant, a little stuck, right? And so the other day I just decided, like, I'm done with that. I want to move on. I want to move up. And I want to take people with me. So over the last 4 years, the business that I'm in, and we'll talk more about that, the business that I'm in, it's kind of showed me that I'm a motivator and an encourager and a leader and all the things that I didn't think I was. All the things that I didn't think I was equipped to be, you know. I got a testimony out of this world. I've been through a lot of things. Had to go through a lot of things, overcome a lot of things. And you know, when you go through a lot of stuff, you just don't think you're the one, right? Not realizing that you have a testimony, you have a powerful testimony, and your testimony is there to help you encourage and bless others. And so in the last 4 years, I found out I was somebody that I didn't even know I was. But that's the thing, y'all. It was already in there, right? Like, we're born winners. We're born to be overcomers and to push through and to win, period. But life happens and we begin to think that's not the case, and we begin to doubt ourselves, and we begin to live in fear, and we begin to not walk by faith. And so that's over for me. I'm tired of excuses. I'm not talking about you because I know you don't have excuses, girl, guy, whoever's watching. I know you don't have excuses. I'm talking about my excuses because I'm the only one with excuses, right? But I'm sick of my own excuses. I'm so sick of my justifiable reasons for not moving forward and not conquering my fears and not stepping out on faith. And I love God and I talk about God all the time and I talk about my faith. And then here I am having an area in my life where I'm living in fear. And I know that spirit of fear does not come from God. So what do we do about that? Something. We can't just keep living like that, because if we're living in fear, then I know what I know. I know what I know now. I know that we're not living in the abundance. If we're living in fear, I know that we are not necessarily thriving. If I'm living in fear, you're living in fear, we're living in fear, we're not necessarily enjoying life to the fullest, because there are things that are holding us back from being who it is that we know we've been called to be, or even who we really, really want to be. There are some of you right now that are saying, I want to motivate and encourage, but the fear of somebody rejecting you or not accepting what you have to say, you just don't say anything at all. Well, it is time for us to do something differently. So what I'm hoping, okay, is that you are going to like and subscribe to this page. And I'm hoping that you will come with me on this journey. Now, I briefly mentioned earlier that I have a business. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to try to get you to join my direct sales team and all that kind of stuff. If you do that, you do that. But I'm not here for that. Because what I realized through my business and through my company is that it's way more than sales. It's way more than business. What I've learned is I don't care what it is you're going after. I don't care what you're doing. If you don't have confidence, if you don't do it boldly, if you don't believe in yourself, it's not going to happen. So my thing is, I kind of want to work with you guys from the inside out. Let's see what we can do inside, because when you begin to walk in confidence and you walk by faith and you know that God has promised you some things and you go after those things, knowing, okay, that they've been promised to you, what happens is you begin to conquer things and overcome, and you begin to achieve things that you never thought you could. And so I want to talk to you about you. I want to talk to you about your fears. I want to talk to you about moving on. I want to talk to you about what happens if one day you just woke up and decided to go after it. What happens if you decide to say, I'm not going to worry about what people think. I'm not going to worry about people judging me. I'm not going to worry about if I succeed or if I fail. I'm just going to do it. Because really, what is failure? I think a lot of times failure is just us quitting before we succeed. Like, how many times have you given up on something that you know if you would have kept going, you would have mastered it, or you would at least done okay at it, right? But you wouldn't have failed. But you failed it because you quit it, right? You just walked out on it, you forgot about it, you put it down and never picked it back up. And so you never finished it. And that's where the failure came in. And so sometimes we'll take the fact that we didn't necessarily fail, but we just stopped early, and we'll write it down in our journal and we'll count it as a failure. And so when it's time to step out and do something brand new, well, guess what? Now we got all these strikes about failure when it was just giving up too soon. So we're going to figure out how to not give up. We're going to figure out how to push forward. We're going to figure out how to motivate and encourage not only one another, but everyone that we come in contact with. Because see, what I believe is that we're here to love God's people. We're here to encourage one another. We're here to help each other thrive in life, to lift one another. And too often, oh man, did you hear that? Fresh wind, fresh air. We got a fresh wind blowing in right now, y'all. Too often in life, we're around people that are getting a little stale, right? Jealousy, I don't know, envious. Just the people that don't speak life over you. They don't encourage you. Maybe things didn't go the way they wanted them to go in their lives, and so they're putting it on you. Or maybe, just maybe, they don't have a lot of confidence themselves, and so they don't believe that better is coming or that you can do greater. But what happens when you plug up and plug into people that speak life over you and encourage you? What happens when you meet some strange lady on YouTube who hasn't been here for a year trying to tell you that you are amazing? What happens if you start following people that actually believe that life can get better? I don't know about you, but I'm ready for the best. I'm ready for greater. I'm ready for things to get better. If that's you, take this journey with me. Now, if you're on Facebook, you can check me out. My page is Sparkle Within 5. Y'all, we have some fun over there. You'll get to see a little bit about my business. We'll talk about that more later. But for right now, I want you to like and subscribe, because what we're going to do is we're going to figure out how to become great inside. Because when we become great inside, when we figure out just how great we are already inside, what happens is it begins to change everything around you. The outside begins to change. The way you look at things, the way you perceive things, and how you speak over things, and the way you maneuver is going to change when you are moving with the confidence of knowing that you're amazing. So we're going to take this journey together. We're going to find out just how amazing you are, just how amazing I am, and we're going to do some amazing things in life. So again, like and subscribe to the page. Check me out on Facebook, Emily Ward Brinson, and my business page is Sparkle Within 5. I would love to go to the top with you. We've been down here to the bottom too long. It's time to do something different. Are you ready? I am. Let's go.